backup, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder.
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Nerf herder here. We've got another commission finished. Took a minute, man. Gabriel, you're just a trooper. This is a KRS Flagship that has been etched by my friend Pete at Pete's Powder Emporium. And it's a beautiful etch for it. It's gorgeous. It's been sitting on my desk for a minute. That's why I'm saying Gabriel is a trooper, because we had this commission. He asked me to do this commission a while ago, and I was like, hey, I've got a lot on my bench at the moment. And he was like, hey, not a problem. I'm just going to send you everything. We'll get everything slowly as time goes. Slowly we bought, the speaker and the battery, and then we bought the soundboard and all that stuff. And the hilt sat on my desk for a while, and I was like, I'm so sorry, man. I'll get to it ASAP. And he was just a great, patient, excited, happy dude, and I can't tell you how much that goes a long way. Anyways, we have the KRS Flagship. Again, etch is by Pete. And dude, this is gorgeous, man. I'm gonna say it's been a nice piece to sit on my bench, on my display stand, just sitting there, and I'm like, yeah. I mean, look at that. Hate to see it go, man. Glad to see it done. Hate to see it go. You got etching all around. Blade plug is my blade plug. I gotta talk to Gabriel, see if he wants me to make him one. I need to get some more pieces for it. I just wanted to get this done because he'd been waiting for a minute. So this has a Crystal Focus version 10, the CFX, NeoPixel, TCSS NeoPixel connector. Rob at Ciroc Sabers, another friend of mine who machines a lot of cool stuff. He's been in the hobby for a while. If you guys don't know Rob, he's got that crazy collection. But he machined this aluminum 12 millimeter dual brass tactile micro tactile switches, which is a great option because I refuse as hard as I can not to drill into people's hilts. Like if somebody's like, hey, can you drill another switch hole for me? Not my thing, dude. I just don't want to. There's too much risk factor, especially in a hilt like this. So this option right here is just crucial to making things go easier. And then we have the chassis is designed and printed by my friend Greg over at Lotus, Black Lotus Sabers. And once we got the chassis in, it was ready to go. And man, this chassis is cool. I did one for Pete on his ID7, very similar design. Got your high drain 15 amp 18650 battery, your CFX board tucked away. Yeah, you got, if my camera could pick up the details. Just a pretty cool 2.1 millimeter recharge port. Smuggler's Outpost 28 millimeter full range speaker. And man, this sucker's like, all right, look. Oh, by the way, Gabriel, when you put it on, because in order to get your SD card, you just kind of pull the board up a little bit, just enough, and slide it up, and then tuck the board back down. But when you put this on, since all KR flagships, all sabers like this with a thin, with a small inner diameter, I mean, it's going to be tight no matter what. As long as you're not hitting here and hitting and smacking and something doesn't feel right, make sure the board is just sitting flush. You should be able to go all the way in feeling no problems at all, and it should, no noise whatsoever. It should thread on very smooth and nicely. The threads are greased. It feels really good. It feels really good to twist that on and off. And then you will get to a point where it hits there's a gasket, a little rubber gasket above the threads, which is cool. But you will get there and you will be like, oh man, that feels like it's stopping. It's not. You can line up your cover tech with the rest of the middle of the shrouds and just give it a little bit until it lines up and it'll hold there nicely. So yeah, this thing is it's loud. Like I was about to say, the Smuggler's Outpost speaker is always, the full range Smuggler's Outpost speaker is always nice. It's the only speaker I have to turn down because the volume is sometimes just too much. This one is loud in this hilt. So let's go ahead and fire it up and get started. We've got quite a few fonts that he purchased on here. Added on about maybe 12 or so, maybe more, 15 maybe, from Kyberphonic Fonts, my boy Jesse. We got a bunch of good ones on here. And then we also got some from K-Sith, who just is an awesome font maker. I haven't reviewed near enough of his fonts. Something I need to catch up on. But if you guys have been in the game for a while, y'all know K-Sith is the man when it comes to some sound fonts. So let's go ahead and fire it up. This first one should be... Oh, by the way, I'm so sorry. So the first... I left all the stock fonts. On the soundboard. I did switch them over to have your hybrid mode, and I played with blade effects as far as ignition, lockup, blaster bolt, and whatnot. So this is customized to my liking. Gabriel, if you want me to change anything or if you have any input, let me know. This is just how I roll with my blade effects. So let's go ahead and fire it up. This should be ESB by Kyberphonic. Look at that bow. Oh, it's gorgeous. There's your accent swings.
Ray Skywalker. Can I speak with you?
I want to demo this one with the blade plug-in. The rest I'm going to do with the blade in, but I think this looks just fantastic with the blade plug that I made this blade plug for. It's for my scrap tech, but the way it's deeply recessed and the way the color bounces off the shroud and just the whole look, this color and sound font just does it for me. I mean, this is Scavenger's Destiny. Let's get that ignition one more time. Alright, let's go ahead and put that blade in there. Okay, Gabriel, when you get your blade, you may have to sand it down. These inner diameters on the emitters can be kind of tight, so just get some sandpaper and find out how deep your blade socket is and just kind of sand around that, make a line, sand it until it twists in easily. Always go clockwise when you're twisting it in, and the same when you're pulling it out, just make it easier. Here we go. Scavenger's Destiny. This hilt looks amazing in this color, man. I'm telling you guys, it just does it for me. I got your blaster bolt set up to have the energy hit and dissipate. So it hits and then both sides. Then you got lockup, localized lockup, which I might make bigger. Clashes. Oh.
The tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise.
This is The Tragedy by Kyberphonic.
So powerful and so wise.
Oh, this sound font's so cool. Really shows off on this color too. You also have tip drag, so you point it down, auxiliary, and clash at the same time. Alright, so your tip drag is going to be tricky because of the micro tack and hitting it at the same time. But if you can get it, More power to you. Spectrum mode, you press the auxiliary and twist.
Spectrum.
Then, from there, you twist on the wheel to whatever color you want. And then when you land on the one you want, hit the auxiliary again. Locks it in. Music tracks. Some of these sound fonts have music tracks on. The way to activate them, and again, I set this all up on your config file. Just hold down power, the activation button, and it will beep and play the track. You can double tap that if you want to pause it. If you want to switch to another sound font, like say for instance, one of your sound banks has 4 tracks in it, hold the power and then it will activate the track. Hold the power again and it'll beep and advance to the next track of the song. So for this one, you hold the power. Now we got that track, which is the opera, the like in the background that makes the font harmonize with it. This is one of the coolest things. When Jesse made this font and sent it to me, I was like, dude, are you serious? Oh man, I gotta set the deep sleep.
I thought not.
Sorry, it went to deep sleep.
I could tell you.
It went to deep sleep. It'll go to deep sleep on you if you leave it too long. Anyways, here we go. That. All right, let's move on. Savage is dope. Love this sound font. So aggressive. You're unstable. Unlight stable version 2. I gave you version 2 because it's just the updated one.
Spectrum.
Master Qui-Gon.
Qui-Gon's gone. This is K-Sith. So the first few fonts that I've showed you were involved in Kyberphonic. These next ones are from K-Sith.
The negotiations will be short.
Oh, it looks so good in green too. Look at that. And it looks good. Different ignition sounds per orientation. Some sound fonts have it. If you have you have up to 4 power-ons for your CFX, you can have different orientations will activate the different power-ons. So that one sounds different than this one. And this one. And down. This one's got some sweet tracks on it. I think there's 2 of them. One's a theatrical, like actual from the movie, and then one I think is like a mix or something. I can't remember. Hard to activate.
bank selection.
Master crack on. Master window.
Master window.
I don't think so.
Gotta say right now, this sound font is Mace by K Sith. So you get Shatterpoint on the CFX. Shatterpoint is by Genesis Custom Sabers, Rob, Mad Cow, and that is a really cool prequel Samuel Jackson Mace Windu sound font. But this is my first time with the Mace from K Sith, and I gotta say, man, I like it better. Sorry, Mad Cow. I love the ignitions. I love the hum. It's punchier, bassier. It's really well done. Way to go, Keenan. Accent swings are great. That bassy punch. It just has like this extra little, I don't know. It's really caught my ear. Oh, the ignitions on this one are good. I don't know how well that camera's picking it up, but it's like but before it starts, it has this little like punch. Force waves, press the auxiliary and swing. Oh, I'm a sucker for that.
General Kenobi.
This is Obi-Wan Kenobi
Hello there.
prequel. Again, K Sith. I like that one. Has a little swing on that. This one has some tracks on it too, I believe. Battle of the Heroes. This is another Battle of the Heroes, I think. Just a different... Builds up, man. Damn, those French horns. A sucker for John Williams music. You are my brother, Anakin. I loved you. Why Joe? Supposed to bring balance to the force, not leave it in darkness. Order 66, man. Ripped my heart out. We gotta move on or I'll cry.
Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin.
My powers have doubled since the last time we met, Count.
So the one before that I just played with the Obi-Wan Kenobi one, that one is called The Bold One by K-Sith. This one is The Chosen One. Now the Chosen One, I believe it's The Chosen One, has two sound banks in it. You basically get 2 for 1. And there's a hero font and there's a villain font. I made 2 separate sound banks for you so you have both ones. So this is the Anakin hero font. This is one of my favorite Star Wars songs ever. And if you played Jedi Fallen Order, this song came up in a scene that I was just like, whoa! That like ambient choir in the and then it's about to kick in, dudes. That's when he's Vader. Lord Sidious said you want to protect us, the war's over. Hope you guys like my quotes, my impersonations. Is that Newt Gunray or something like that? Love that song. Yeah, that's where Anakin comes and he like lowers the doors and they're like, "Oh Lord Vader, Sidious said you would arrive, blah blah blah, to protect us." And he's just like, door closed, and now everyone in here is gonna die. And it's just like, no. So good.
Vader.
This is awesome. K-Sith, man, this font is cool. So this is the Vader, Anakin as Vader, I guess Revenge of the Sith.
You will try.
Yeah. Oh, that hum is fantastic. So good. Oh man. Listen to that hum. Man, that's good. I believe you have the same songs. Good.
SD card sys exit 9 crystal focus.
Nebula.
Crystal focus.
Crystal focus is pretty dope. Nebula's pretty good too.
Sound bank selection.
We'll finish on Nebula. Nebula's one of my favorite fonts. Stock fonts on the CFX. Alright. Man, this hilt is just awesome. Okay, so wrapping it up here. Gabriel, thank you so much for being patient. Again, I can't tell you how awesome it is to just have somebody be like, hey man, I understand. Things take time, not everything at once, you know. Just again, like I told, as one of the greatest aspects of doing commissions for people sometimes is, you know, making a friend in the process. Because I mean, I'm not a retail shop, you know what I mean? Like I do this because I love it. I enjoy it. If I don't enjoy it, I don't want to do it. You know, like I said, it took a while, but it's worth it, buddy. This thing is gorgeous. It's loud. It's beautiful. And I hope you really enjoy it. For your first saber, you're going to have some expensive taste, buddy. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Again, Pete's Powder Emporium. I got a shroud he's etching for me for my Orgus Din Flagship inspired Orgus Din saber, and I can't wait to get it. My first etch piece personally. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video.
But I was going into Toshi Station to pick up some power converters.
Who's scruffy looking?